Lawyer Jerry Ahmed Shaib Awah ha. One ne panyina ye ne no AD enkomo weja gbawe mrahye bedwani ene no mame nko na memma no adwo na mimisa se empom etisen ene anwumre because yes wawu metie nam say wawu sen sa ni nipa wu osama imajo
oh to me host you some idea earlier say show no ye be no ozu cemetery amenia obo ho modern pa with the special Paul and Bantemu Bonohene oh yeah de pa nyame hwa
onhira wo so
onhira asase pa for so na we are excited about the fact say you are giving opportunity to people obia tie obi obia contribute bi ebe pono enyeze NIB ka si abontin a ebe chiu enti the movement ni for more other stations be kokan I think is it
Gordon sorry
the U-turn is too much in this president government no nyama waka say oba obeye and what we are seeing within the period sometimes we sorry now we must be it's not going to be easy but it's good that we are seeing some of the traits now.
Okay.
And easy nti mpaibo na here
nyameti ase inshallah ebeye what is yes wo wu na che say o family che o mo say
my name say it was a funny joke nti man shada fa any strength and time but over the period phone calls are many more than I've received more than several calls. In fact, obia obem bia obia otia bia obekacho obia nya calls bebre. Oh sir, obi frame as yes we na me say me wo train ma me ntro me wo na me fa odin shema sana. Nti me bra paka say de anga me wa asasi bi wo eponem because I'm a fisherman. Yeah, but it's politics. And the misinformation and the propaganda is sometimes devastating. And yet, and sometimes we be someone saying, "Then cry na nepa share." Na nkofo na omo posti no. Manya da fofo bebre o mo man share nkofo na omo posti na yen shom na yen chicho me minti sa. Una ozi me wo nyo nyame. Nzi wo nya nyame dia nyame mfa obone nchew. Nyame ma wo nche na wo home se me so ma che manya sika. Me wa hoden Ghana Tumpon, my family Tumpon, me wejagba before Tumpon, everybody closer to me and all the people that matter. So that you see say nipa na nga o pese ongu no. Oti ho. Ne ho wa din chen. So I don't see myself as one of the people who get worried about this.
But your family swear.
Oh, I mean there are people like on him say be omutisani amana omakuma. And I say be friend and I'll see. Oh, baby say I'm not dead, but when I'm not dead, no driving, and I'll be descending on dead, no. I'll say I can't go on your crash. Wow. Yes, and me and I'm say, hey, I am taking it easy and lightly, but people are having to deal with issues. And by God's grace, we are strong and we are healthy, and we're asking for more divine protection.
Right.
I don't see anyone having any better reasoning now. I think that this came up because I had an interview with a sister station, and the interview was about the gentleman who was arrested. Mohammed guy. I say the SC. What is my take on that? And I said, well, my take is to just let the people understand. Say, I was instructed by my regional chairman.
My
regional chairman invited me. Say, member huno. Na in some way na see. Na ya arrested one of Baumia former guards. Na be friend Mohammed. But wako posti bibi wo Facebook. And they are also posti just say what you say rest well. And now the vice president picture attire. And same way me then I me walk on. And I say, oh. Me regional chairman friend, me call NIB facility no. Time I no we know you my access even as lawyers, so that you meet the client na kasa. So we didn't get to talk to the client until Sunday. Sunday you my access no. You go inside no. Guy no statement our one. Say wa explain the entire watchem, the entire watcho rest well no. Now the guy na can say rest well no or the shema me no cry. Say why ye juma ye campaign a break. We older person into kojiwa home kakra na bra back refreshed. Sa pepe na guy na actual one statement. That was all I quoted. Into some media people and then the propagandists. NDC for mo peso mo fanya propaganda no mo piki sa we no say Jerry C rest well say we no so uncle the rest well.
Any time we just say yes.
Men na me catch you and you can sometimes won't it.
Now then some will be little politics in this.
It's so sad. And on America no say wait and you can play the interview. But me boy interview any day anytime. But when baby yes na make share say so what does rest word as it say ankasa na mamen kan cheo mamen kan na ti na wa obetimi agye kan na enye say me na me ka share say oh this is it me that's it. Rest well meaning it's a polite and friendly way of wishing someone a good night's sleep or a relaxing break.
Okay.
It's a common way to say, I hope you have a peaceful and restful time.
Okay.
Before someone goes to bed or takes a break. It can also be used generally to wish someone a time of relaxation and recovery.
Okay.
And see, assuming, say, guy, no, throw on a statement, which I saw. Say, son, our chona. The chona, and say, one can say, oh, rest in peace. We normally know, say, I just say, wait then. And if people want to see, say, oh, breaking news, Ahmed Shaib, breaking news, rest well, twisty, no, wafa. Me, I want the anya, me the ashram, no, be person, no, no, epono 10 gallons. On yamin, the ammonia steady. Pepe.
But and how?
Me, oh, Bizomuzena me did it. Me di wa poto yam me di bayani garden estate ku bi ka na manene nyama hihye any tolo beef I was sure be we want me this anyway.
Very well. And anu yi a de ba ye keke no no mu gina so mo de
and you can check ubetimi check wo bibia. This was the true conversation until I even had to get more of this message and say, okay, so what is this that they are making noise about? Then now more the day was until Mamin call Google until this one is AI overview. Rest well. And one I tell it's a polite and friendly way of wishing someone a good night's sleep or a relaxing break. The last part just say generally to wish someone a time of relaxation and recovery. We say nipa kasa and you do not have any bad mindset. As the person said anything bad. Because the rest I'm thinking, maybe I won't say my bread. I was saying, me, I won't come after you on this.
Right. I want to come back as a lawyer. So be trust idea we will. I didn't tell me and pick his microphone. Now for mon family coins.
Me need some time, no. And I do my coswa young one way. I feel now, koshe will be our rest well. Juma baby, settings baby, I cost no. Settings baby, and me tell you, me share nyama ya catch say be yenye at least 30%. Na me kaima wa obejani. Na before me kaino ma me che obibi. Nyame de ye kasa ya yenti o. When him say President John Mahama, this is third time.
Yeah.
Enti opa on the Bible mpa wo de kan John 3:3. Ma me fancho and she said then e ka wo ho. What kind John 3:3 you would ask yourself whether the anyamedi kano yetie ana yantie. Tio John 3:3 states, verily truly I tell you, no one can see the kingdom of God unless the person is born again.
Okay.
Now only born again. Born again in a reset. Born again Chese, Niamana, wo ye titi no, as a 1 year, then 1 giant to her. Na sisa wo suban. Are you seeing that suban na sisa? The reset with the triple reset too. A reset, it is not also a divine reset. Nyama ya kosu bia. Mame bossumao. First one. Then I can't share on Galamsey. Then, I can't show on Galamsey. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources came to Parliament. About Parliament, on the statement, which was an emergency statement. I may contribute here. Ozi forest, one out of 9 forest, major forest reserves. Just 7 were in some. When people are arrested, in Kofona, I arrest party chairman, including a member of Parliament who has been cited. The people are almost touchy. As you say, I mean, because prayer they were a japa. They say there is gold board. Now gold board what in Zemaeka. Daman ya renew or mulis. Baby obe Fabia ya sini pa bako. Ono no obeying. Or control gold. Na nip sa ne pano time or more opposition na den no ye. Ono timi fa media. No more kojina infa. No more kojina so na. Now must send gallon no their best no ye or ye interview or ye press whatever. Or check of one sense only in answer. Miss CNM who call which Jagbawe cry affect it. Illegal mining affect Jagbawe. But in so any river and every any denzu is it not connected? But about this what the river gas about some protecting. Now so Johnny Grant to me protect. Who's the work of our water guard? Water guard I Tianica said. Water guard our ammunition bin. Water guard our shatter yebe. Water guard was here security lessons ben was here. Water guard. Are they go doom fire or water guard. I don't American look at the kind of settings you have had to go through. Nyama President Bama catch over the period. Me, I've always asked myself, then President Bama in the first place okay say Obia ya arrested under the regime of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Say wo ye galamsey no oba obema wo amnesty. Ghanaians say hu. Say they are nim so obe no. And no kan no. And to need some political now one can. And they were threatening with emergencies. Say only declare state of emergency. Exactly. Say but declare state of emergency. Now say nkofo no mo ka say declare state of emergency no more. And na me can be from Erastus as I don't go. Yeah. See, one notify authorities na say on name the oil. Then I see. And this is how good I want beji. Na say yes you we foreigner soon ye galamsey ye chiwa ye de we de. Can you imagine? Na Ghana in India na ko she prison. But the no more can so safuma for time. I shall want ABC here. I shall want what influence there. On jail. Or infant jail. Any Ghana jail. Any under Akufo-Addo na SCS. So what kind of conversation are we having? Inti yen hwe ye nyama yie dia me be chance say me bobo settings no so ama wa obeji wa obedantem. Now 24 economy. Last time then when was the last time you heard of 24 economy? Now wa oti on wow we are very educated. Wo chenk of one America a bizarre 24 economy we make say night shift 3 shifts 1 2 3 morning afternoon and then in the night and no now 24 no then I shift. Didn't they tell them that? Didn't they tell us say industries cry by reducing electricity tariffs among electricity tariffs as at a week ago? How much is it now? 14%. 14.75. Make a 14. 75 no name there to me. In fact, if you even want to narrow it down, you round it up to 15%. And so it's about 4.7 or 4.02 something. Then HL transport. Say no more and say every quarter at least 20% would happen or increase. There will be an increment on transport fares. And I who say where settings are there now. Didn't they tell you about first time I school for freshers, university tertiary. Now what if people won't be? And I would also process it. Until then, have you asked yourself all of that? But see, when you look, I have had the opportunity of looking at a few things people have done and written on. And what kinds of anyamana now be someone say, now settings been here. Settings, state of emergency. We are going to stop it in 1 week. Knowing all the kingpins, not deporting but prosecuting foreigners. Baby, I'm crying now, and this is from their normal conversations. The campaign says, we are going to declare a state of emergency. You best stop it, Galamsey, in 1 week. Knowing all the kingpins, we are going to go after them.
100 days is swaba.
Not deporting but prosecuting foreigners involved in the trade, etc., etc. Now, Abia, so obviously, Nyamasi, and the person is doing otherwise. Any settings? What setting? Intina all you need to understand is John 3:3. President Mama, already president. This is the third time, and so this is third coming, and he himself doing the sona. Or see, he's been in this for 3 decades, 30 years. 30 years, no name the anaya kosunity says, I say, don't get your kind. So, the kind. Or see, NPP cannot come and act like Omo name the Omo because they've been in opposition to have known the trade and to know the rocks before coming to say, where would you see her? What is happening? Settings. Settings. We need to wake up. If we don't wake up, we are doomed. Let me give you the second settings. I must see. Port duties. Reduce port duties. Many workers say, yet the budget buy. What the NDC did was to ask for. I'm besides say, extend. I mean, special import levy. Now, special import levy, under MPP, it was going to expire. It was going to elapse or expire by the end of the year, December 2025. Now, I say, I want him to say, no, my infinitum. Obedi. Nobody is stopping anybody. And this is what is happening. Now, we see where your settings are. We see there. Now, I didn't say, I'll be you levy. Or now, why you levy now the special import levy? I want them say, Anka MPP time, no? By December 2025, you be uniform. How would you see where there? Oh, but till that do us part. So if you don't get these settings, what are you going to get? Now let's go to the other one. Then you also look at suspending duty waivers for medical practitioners. Medical practitioners, but say no be more no more galamsey conversation.
Yeah. But Obiba Kasenya days.
Now are now Donald Trump no more kinds of now or no one. Is he not doing all of them? How many days do you want to? But don't him say open gold board until you've been able to even get an act of parliament, and then there is an institution.
Your budget assigned their support.
Answer now when your budget are supporting, which you are going to use about 275 million weekly. Women's bank.
Yeah.
Now Women's bank no fell so for Sukwachi your friend say budget no dey so. Women's bank is 51 million. Felix Ofosukwachi budget is 73 million. Just go to Office of Government Machinery, it's 2.7 billion. Women's bank is still what? 51 million. Does it not tell you all about the priorities? They are more doing settings no. Settings in Women's bank. Now in my or more Ghana crowd, I'm saying, all the women you are giving them only 51 million. When you have come to promise them, what show more boss away, maybe I'm out. Settings, they're all back settings in there also. Now, free fees for first year university students, marker. Then, say, now we are Dr. Mutala, a doctor. Oko program, international program. What is all can COVID in Ukraine? I said,
no, see, I fit to Ghana.
Now, one on the video, so that I was the COVID.
I said, excuse.
And your settings. Now, one thing President Mama and Kasaso. So, what are we talking about? Baby, I'll be Fabia settings. Oh, COVID in Ukraine there, and your excuse I had him. Nagana, Agufado, now our bon, your name, she, there, yet we don't, your name, Mambo. Says, I want any Mambo. Baby, I'll be Fabia, I see settings. And the, would the NDC Nipa. Ordinary sample ni mana wa kupawechi wa fa Bible catch ni so onko kan John 3:3 omonsi san nyama ye hu ye be hu chen na zizi a cement bag yesen 140 Ghana cedis. Some people even sell it more. As it say Then ekosu. What is happening? What is happening? Now what kind of people would they go? Then what happened to revocation of appointments? President Mama, meaning say Okaipa say there was no way or no Oba obey you building. Na yaji no ye Ghana for.
Building the better Ghana we want.
Na ye Ghana for. Inti wo free say we a party ni say we ono de hwe mfa no ho say we a Ghana ni inti obey make sure say obey dem obey protective. Oba one actual revocation cho no. Say oma say it's from 7 December. So when him say nkrofo institutions are even 2 years ago yema more appointments kwa wa yom. And then many workers say no minim say nkrofo to be a yom oko Ministry of Communications ono de juma ordinary there say the oya ne say ni bra ya wedding or sponsor weddings now wakosa. The arrogance is coming in, it's filtering in, and the Ghanaian people are seeing. Said the
Hantai bomb.
Oh, na Hantai they say
no.
Na say the bando there. Sana our life there. What the says it's you say.
Keep on a Hantai bomb no.
And some judge they say natural. Hebi mu de omo natural. Na ohun no. Ebi mu more responses to say omo free ba no. No mu kita Ghana scan na ohun. It's normal, it's natural, and it's going to build some more. Naturally, they are arrogant, and their posture is what you are seeing. Odi to me so I show Musem. Obi to me sure. Yes, see, you register SIM cards. Oh no, one be ya say dent na ya register.
Say papa, the NPP here then your papa.
And your friend na yanko. O friend na man na yanko. Ana o test you be yanko. Ana o di obi kasa o what me tie ni ko. So what is wrong about the SIM registration that the NPP did? Anya shisha yengwa. O shisha no anya back pay. Enti yan shisha ni amasa. What is going to happen? And this is what we need to watch out. SIM registration. Nipa o big born who do or can't sem anya denya fe won pese obeti.
Yamagana for Q, Yamagana for Boka bread.
Says I Bizana was it, Bizano, I think was it the vetting or some Bizano was here or just can what telcos so. Na telcos no just can or more no omodia 2 wines. What just can what telcos so obviously they will come back to the customers or the consumers and they take the money. Now when you know you see now when your settings are there. And your settings are there. Media I was just hoping and praying that President Mama for this time or Basso Bejai legacy. Say, Obi for President Mama dear. Papa will buy no 4 years I'll buy no dear. Anka nimpa anka yantuno po free ho. But 3-4 days ago you call your friend was saying Edum market. And now you call Katamanto. Oh offer. Bonohene, bizarre, my regional secretary, and I said, Nasa me fan on Kai. Yanu, now go for the Omuntuman 2 from Mena make a chew, and it was organic. I've been the Omon at his own Gino Jesus. And comfort me free almost no more deity. More piety. Why? It's because your trauma settings. Your trauma settings clean.
But baby address Ghana ni man who come your dada.
Oh, yeah, dada no way for.
Taxation no answer na wobekwa akotwa ba ama party bi or to aba ama party bi.
Say no na ye pen na no for so na ye ho. Because your party for na omo pa ba enye za but ye woni omo. Say o pa ba pa kai say o papa onye no. And this is stepfather bia wa ko chinese no girl 5 other girls and son na o mame. Enye no na ye hu no. Nti ye papa onye no. Say yes stepfather no what say 5 other girls ye mame go obeba fi no na we bu.
The first 100 days in the omunya the papa bia o.
Oh over na catch me. Say dia me and I'm always very objective. Say dia President Mama ye papa o me so ne say at least wa jatum say free SHS here.
Okay.
That is the only thing. that President Mama has done for me to think that, hey, ono amosha say no mo say 419. Omo amosha say no say
on Fankura freezing ice cream.
I say all I be lie. But say the oba no. In fact, during the presentation of Sona or Parliament me him say, I say oh no. Or can't time say free SHS the onye day on fan and sanka. Na on fan and sanka dia more my manum bre. The TIs is ya in Kofoda so besides Kase Yembo Mono Fanko school. It will be between and tem. Me wage at our phone or motio. They are more qualified to go to university. I more expect it the first whatever year payment, no, or more sanka. A people by oh, bet me, am I a boy a busia, yet I na the amount, the ben I bet you. So, if you understand all these settings, you would appreciate what is going on. If you talk about other taxes, how much you know, much as the tax near you or left and I the right. Now, right, no, can I such a mark on? Yes, some other people will talk about ye levy. Yes, same way MPP also felt the need to come and take off those taxes, but the good part is that was also taken care of. So yes, nipa idea also into over border abaso, but we see settings pa and one a mema line.
Right, ye two baby who tax a cost so I will crum her. Minim say now will crum her now baby. A point in time, na acquire say MPP for Adane Ma. A point in time, it seems na Bambo Jumeku war Kremu, Ubia Tia da IGP, what tia da ye attack MPP near ye bano so to say BBO. Dear.
One baby. Me name say war studio sometimes you need to be guided. But me say it in sana American. Na owo de ba ko say me ayesi me wudada. Enti ma me kan na me kan ye. First of all, Kofu Bebre Beka say, oh, we did well by conceding early. But what Besamia, that was the number one problem we faced with these elections.
Said Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bomia Ban Tembeji too.
Na me over the period, my monitor elections. Bonohene. And I may say, normally, members of parliament or more core elections are announce your more results now on him they are more. No money, they are happy and they forget about the presidential. And so you know what happens. Now presidential, no na ya ebe anipa no win ko na ya wi ano. Ana nyesa. Until me say me specific example. And then maybe you can match it along. In Wejagbawi, the agreement was that me my presidential first. Answer na ya
parliamentary no.
Then because me say me ko me parliamentary there me ni beji na me refi say
me interest.
Nti yes sir. Yeah, presidential and we came into the next day into the parliamentary. That was when the flag bearer had conceded. On MDC, NDC 4 became very emboldened. Police force rose mobile transfers. Many occasions say a transfer because they were even able to show say they were more neutral and professional. I had to stay on my feet for close to 76 hours.
Because of Hokrana tension or
na me go me said nipa na me hwe no go declare no or declare no the powder go no so now in for more than 3,000 in it. At that point in go for no mo go to abama no bebe no mo di it. Why? Because we had conceded and that concession gave us a lot of problems because police for anka on be na ha ma wo no almost say or ensure say there is proper enforcement of law. You be pamono and I be transfer. Me see many baby I transfer. Opa almost all the regions. People who were seen to be more professionals, they have been transferred. Afi, when you do that, in Kofono or more winning, they are able to gather themselves and then plan better. And that was what happened. And to me, the region, NDC regional, they were able to manage and bring a lot of people from the regional party to come and cause problems. But paying the pain, and yeah, easy. As at the time we considered, the EC had not even published one electoral year. Do you know what that means? It means that we were actually too fast in conceding. Although to the larger international community, say it's democracy. Now, President John Mahama 2020 or consider.
But so why will your coalition now who's at the end in Korea?
Naza me coalition. Me opponent no so now I any coalition. On him say we. Na me no can say Ablekuma not ya free ya declare. Na you see far win by your friend say presser say we have collated and we are done. Court crime order. Say yeah IGP ma protection. Any task force no na you see declare or my declare. Na IGP no time no of us no say be maintaining no and I be retaining into yeah ya be alone you border intra be alone you border and obisa
ora wo jere abedu kume
nti sabebepe and now me no can say the results of Ablekuma North has still not been declared just because even people who matter and can bet me a task force protection, solid protection. Almost through. And I'll be in IGP, I'll be in deputy, or be glad to meet by as soon as I see Uncle Shaib, Minister of Interior. I say, that is the kind of conversation we're having. So it gets to a stage, professionals are no more, with all due respect, not all of them, are now party professionals. They are not professionals for Mother Ghana. Because also say, Ejumana ordinary crano. And I am going to go ever transfer. Now, when my name of our must send me messages say, oh, me waha, me wa damongo, me wo, we transfer into the Amiba and Yays into bit me, my baby kakra, money make baby kakra. This is what is happening. So you think about it. They were emboldened, they managed to raise more forces. And they came to the NPP domains. Now, Domingo Abeja, then I go. I saw it in my constituency. Your life. Nipa Kodayanga, Honorable Pakati, I'll bet me I catch you. Life. Mijana ye G ballot bosses na ye shino.
Can be beach NPP as a political party now.
Oh yes. That maybe so I will say President Mahama 2020 or consider now. Up to now, President Mahama will consider 2020 elections. Opa President Akufo-Addo business said 2020 President Mahama consider 2020. There's no way that you can tell me that President Mahama considered up to date. So when you think that you are a diplomatic politician, you are doing well, you may be also punishing your people because MPs are called to draw. Their constituencies are the 90. 15, our win, yeah, the 90, Abanga. All of this because of the concession. Because now people are overturning me. As at the time before they will declare my results, I knew I had beaten my opponent by more than 3,000 votes. Now, because of we were all like, okay, so what was happening? So if we had gone, no, after there, Asakeke. Asakeke, they say obejinus. I say Asakra odi one beating the panawodi. But after the one woman say now odi ni paneka.
Ye be the party komo. Ma me ru ama yimra so dwafie na ye nin komo kakra emfa ho. Menim say dom kuma no asad na mo na mukita NPP. And aban no mo na mo be managina ni tools so no watima ye adwuma say wo ye. The two Reverend Tim for no abo pusa abo hu.
Oh, onim. First of all, I've just been worried, say, Reverend Tim Fojo, Oyene Juma, first of all, as ranking of security and defense.
Yeah.
And Bibi, Bani Nema, Anawati Bibia, there is every reason for him to do further interrogation. That is
as a whistleblower.
Not just as a whistleblower, he's a member of parliament. He has what we call oversight responsibilities, or oversight functions of a member of parliament. That is one. Two, constitutional man say, Oti Bibia, and apart from the whistleblowers, RTI, and all of those ones, a mausa, I didn't say, Oti Bibia over say, and shed until and year, you can also blow your whistle. What is wrong? Asking, say, na playing with a bear den waha, ne paki, for 5 days. Na park here no so. Na then SC na another plane buy. Na yes plane no betu na ya dum kane. Na then buy na say so me kan ya call you director bi wo ho. Na then SC na say obi so see tie na say na plane no crash land here. So these are very justifiable questions. In law, what you can say about that is perhaps to say that they are hearsay.
Okay.
That is what you may want to say. But the person is also trying to make some inference. In some or patcha or say, would therefore dream baho kakra, the American osha. Ya nenye. Bibi woman na bibi nim. Obviously, he has a lot of things he's been able to lay his hands on. Honesan kanyama baby. Now I say, okay, mupa. Mun set up inquiry. And our president na becho on his Facebook, whatever say, beseti bibi. Beti miya ama o krawa bebwanye. In sama o nim wo hono. Na wa beche. Na wa sorry. Anopa. Miti ye graze ye ko ofi ono na ne ba 7 years. Na ya bono so account. Who does that? Unless it's not true. But I was very devastated by the fact that you can go to somebody's home unannounced without a warrant. And then you say, oh, first of all, I want to pick you. Now, so why are you taking my daddy? Now, on our bono.
What bonny bano?
Sana meti. And it's an allegation. May not mean no. But it was, and I hope and pray that it wasn't true. There's one thing that I have learned over the period. Say, NI before no, 99.9% are professionals. Unless those who are not the typical NI before, I be a party for a mafra from. No, I'm betting me a disable. But if you are talking about typical well-trained NI before, and even proper national security for Munyesa.
Oh, yeah, lawyer, ni rule of law, saying that, you know.
Now, rule of law is based on what the law says. And the rule of law also allows for checks and balances. It also allows for the fact that we have 3 major arms of government. There is an executive, there is a legislature, and there is a judiciary. That's why President Temeka say, oh, share Chief Justice in Semu. That's why Chief Justice Temeka say, oh, there's something happening within the executive. That's why Parliament also makes laws. And we all check ourselves. But if somebody is checking you, and our own genuine to manao ade or yanuka pair, you are not supposed to use force. The Constitution protects the member of Parliament. I think if you look at our standing order, 23 talks about privileges and immunities. Same way, Oba Constitution, I think is 115, 116, 117. I actually say a member of Parliament stands the opportunity or the privilege of getting some protection. And to Uber Bibia, won't mean Yanet is there, oh, a VB or Kwanswa or Betchin Senia Ope. First of all, you have to go through the speaker, the right honorable speaker. I bet for permission. Say, me present for Reverend Tim for John Shea, me present for
because of ABC.
Exactly. And the speaker would either agree or otherwise to say, okay, Reverend Tim for John Betty me have a shower and I hope Parliament within the principles of Parliament. I find a besha. In some no Bisano, Bibia, we are now called baby. How is that too much?
As Deputy Minority Whip, what brief must say. Or evidence, concrete evidence behind.
Me, when we had the meeting, the agreement was that we don't want the full details.
Okay.
And the reason is simple. Yempese, Ochina, Ukoti Bibi or Bibia, as a Ubia me catch your Jerry into Jerry now, colleague in there be. Ya Bissau, Bibia, come, I will see her, or Bibia, see her, Bibia or Micheso. And I'll be releasing it as and when. And it says, oh, do you want to get further information? We said, no, hold on. We have an idea of what you have. This is good. Let's push. That's all.
Right. Yeah, that's what my Mrashibi Jeffy. Fatame, as first MP. Akukodronia Hodeno, any dino, Sabi, my family was here, Fatame Kakra Council. If we because a man foresee you say we are destructive. Oh, having a woman rush with the fee regarding to vet in the course. So, you say a buying normal or mamooning in a normal. Who says no? And then a course.
So, first of all, in your dindia, I mean, I should say, Yamina demand. Say, Uncle show me body now was some walkover. And you want to believe, say, oh, ABA, nipa way.
The body need to meet me 3 hours.
And they're over. That one, I won't let it happen. But I'm a very respectful, calm person. I understand the rules of engagement.
Okay.
On the very vetting day, as a faithful day, seminar, propaganda, it's very sad. And I feel very pained about that matter.
They see, you know.
Oh, look, I was very disturbed. And I'll tell you why.
For your actions, and I said,
I didn't even do anything, and that is what I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
First of all, every vetting, the day of vetting, either when we are closing the day before, there is a certain conversation. I have a conclave. Until we have share, I say, oh, and I say, Ochina, we. Now, we are. That is how it's going to be. Until the day in question, we met in the morning with the chairman of the vetting, with leadership, and then the committee members. And he agrees a vetting of only 3 members. 3 members, no. Minister of Sports, Minister of Transport, no more come. But no. Around 8:39, no. And there were a few requests. Say, oh, now Minister of Sports, no, offer you tea. And then call for our free you tea buy, no.
I want to be overstayed.
Until you said, then I bet me I am. And I may have a cock be say, oh, champagne for the beer. And you say, yeah, moment now. Until you bet me at least we can even fast track it for him and his chiefs and elders or traditional leaders to go. Yamiadum members G2 until we did the 4th person, Minister of Sports. No. Then there was another request, which request was that Yenshe, Minister of Transport. Minister of Transport, Officer Boba. Me national service was Aboba, 1993 thereabout. Na nim omo chief no. Nana no your friend Uchabubu. Now omo wild guys and the omo ntukwan keke.
Okay.
Until Uchabubu aba na me say, oh, chief, omo consider Minister.
Na Sabuba for the so.
Na yanko because omo kwan wa, and apart from that no Uchabubu omo ntukwan sa. Until wo de yan dream we nyina. Bonohene and I mean for G2 and I Minister of Transport, Honorable Liquidia. Yeah, 9:58 p.m. 9:58 p.m.
That means I'm break fatigue.
Oh, don't even talk about the fatigue yet. Ube say 2 solid ministerial nominees. No more bam. Bakuye Minister of Health, Honorable Akando, and Bakuye Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa.
Yeah.
So our people were like, now then, you know that we have actually finished. We have closed. Sad day, no, they are mediani coffee broke man back. And you know, we were moving from where we were the vetting room and then into Parliament to even go and have reports approved before we came back again to continue the vetting, because some of the people are on my bread. So we came back and then we saw this scene. I said, no, we can't do it again. So all these are major cabinet positions. And you need to even be fresh in the mind and body to even start a new thing. And because it was going back and forth. So me call Honorable Akando. Madam for the night before na menena kasa. And maybe some a few questions I'll share. Even if it comes up, you should have an idea of, because now you're born common. We are not enemies. So me call Jinan in China and catch and say, Honorable Akando. I wouldn't say but I wouldn't be. Where you crowd, the open saying Kosuka, would try and talk to leader. Or sign after your market. And if you talk to him, he can even get us to understand, say, would the young share, but I'm not sure we can go ahead with any other person. But I know that would be the 6th person. And that would be after 10 p.m. Imagine make us obi between matade. Watch it. Yeah. Seriously. And you can watch the videos. And me check here, no. First, let me feel say Edem Agbana. And he actually moved towards him to confront him. And I see no. Then somebody gave me a sign, say one chance I saved, but I know I saved doing Kitiaba. Giddy. But Marshall no home yet. I know Marshall no catch him and say, Ominjai, and he moved me virtually from that end. And I made Jina in between two tables. Apparently, no tables, no, now you beam, and to me, I make Jina made. And I did so because at the point, no, baby. So I just said to myself, let me just go and find comfort at a place. Me, trouble with anybody and not clash with anybody. Me was a boy, honorable member na. Chasa said you need about 4 other NDC MPs. Guess what they were doing? They were pushing the table towards me. Seriously. Now, propaganda and you know, because we decided not to be talking about this, so we let it. But yes, and then I met now and I met you. And you can watch the video any day, anytime. They were pushing the table forcefully, 4 of them. Yeah, they were pim me. And because I was standing in between 2 tables, then I saw the danger. So it was actually a police officer who was standing by me that saved me. So omo yana me say omo gravity no energy na eba no me me table no so by the way no edge no kakra. And I was say my beat omo because after omo ntimi push it. Yeah. And I was omo pushing girigiri and I me twin mo ho. And no me na me catch wo pa share video no. I will not sit here any day, any time to justify what happened. Because you see, I have children in my home. I have family members. I have a wife. I have friends. And they wouldn't know you to be somebody who is violent. And see, when these things happen, the first thing, I see. And what the NDC propaganda team did was to just capture that. When they were pushing the table, they never captured it. But when I tilted it,
Jerry Ahmed na ebubu tables.
I feel very sad about it, and I know it is very regrettable. I know, sir, it's condemnable. I don't think, sir, this should ever happen. Parliament is a parliament of understanding. It's a parliament of working together. It doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter your numbers. What matters is Yankambum na yenye jumano. Look, 5 MPP people can cause more problems with about 187 NDC people. Why? Because if there are a few things they see that they are very crucial and they are able to raise them and they can maintain, say, it would be better for you to rather understand them, work with them, so that
business between.
Exactly. And then let me give you an example. So, same thing with this Gold Board Act. We had agreed, say, there were some clauses that needed to be reviewed. Now we're closing, at least we're looking at up to about 17 sections or so. Now within those sections, we won't go beyond them. Then I see you call first 4. I say okay, we had agreed. Then we went to 10, then to 12, to 15. After the almost see there be to the extent say the leader of government business, Honorable Mahamayariga, said, whatever agreement we had with his chief whip, it was not there. So he is not
agreement here, no.
When him time Mamu passes our Gold Board, we know. 3:38 a.m. So what are you looking for? So you can go check it and check it any day. It is regrettable. There is no way I want to find myself around any place I'll be violence for. But what is there? Say in Kofu more than 4 and now 5. I'm going to push the table a bit proud. Now what you know, now show me. All I did was to tilt the table so that they don't have that gravity. Say, and I was supported by the police officer. And you can check it. You can watch the video 10 times. You see what I'm telling you.
Right. Obi hu na normal we o mayimra so dwafia. Na dwene be ne se we obi a watena o mayimra so dwafia kura ache. Eye mpanyimfo 1PP mu a wokoto omo mraso dwafo no e na ma wo saa ntitiye no ana se eye wa wo fie nyina na wusuahua no ma.
Me wo fie no na menim hwi. Menim tro is just by God's grace, and then the several so my me say ade no menim intimation and yes now one name now was say be true. The what of them say yes, and exactly what I'm doing. Me leadership no o say have your marking me friend no boss your friend is
I don't pray.
My friend Osayin, my friend, my respected leader, another friend, my friend, my boss, because he's the chief whip. Honorable Abib, my boss. Honorable Patricia Piaget. Omonya, my friend, my friend, mommy. Then tia, Messia. And ya on my sword. I don't know, but one bell has to say, Obesia, she. Now, they are solid group of people. Bibiano, on Betchel. Me. My year press conference is about close to 7. Why? I'm the first timer. They give you the opportunities. Why Obecho will test. Ocho we are on review. They are one they are more person on fan count. They are caucus no be agree. Their leadership be agree. Oma Obecho will send their own call about how to go about. Maybe to me a press conference now. Honorable Anodom President Michi. To say me bodyguard. I say yeah, go like that. Don't go. Yeah, be confident. Yeah, no, okay. So all you need to do is that this is avenue. He will keep telling you this game is full of prayers. You need to pray. Men fan dia go men fa one time bonfire cry yeah man crofon boa. Now bonfire. Now bonfire what kind idea be in the chamber. If when you are in the chamber you learn and you get to know. When you have an opportunity, me name my wife to you and I'm standing orders now man me what to. Now me kind now me say okay. Share one say the short title. Where is another long title? Where is it? I be waiting. Won't you?
I want to you share. I will them.
Oh, that's on chair one now. When I bet you. Now about suspension or now what kind? It's the time suspension by a minimum say content to this suspension. Yaman from 30 to 36 days. Because there's only my guy. Very difficult. So you know. And if you don't allow yourself to know, you would never know. And they are a fabulous group of people. Look, Minority Caucus for Obia and Kam Basa Basa, Omon Bo, Omon himself, your first timer. But who will be pure man? I say, Mpacho, you need to come into the chamber. They will come. You see people, somewhere like Dominic Nitiu. He's, I think, a seat timer.
Yeah.
Oh, friend, Obeba, oh, China say, yes, I'm sorry, yes, he will do it. Dia obeka bia eno mo leader na be say it Jeremiah me
but wura ma yimra so jafie mu no ebo hu kakra because obi a wawura mu no na nka wo kokohie anuanom abusuafo ye NPP abusua na nkoye na nipa be 88 na NDC fo mra so jafo gu hoto no sheki wo kakra.
Oh, 3 days ago na me ne say afenyo make kan bibi na me ka che na say bibi amakosua wo parliament for no numbers no here, but I've also come to learn I've also come to understand or appreciate Ngovoka's quality and quantity. No, that is what I appreciate.
Okay.
Na modoso amutu megasa modoso adia no mutiase
amuntiase
na modoso bebe ya matra makwe me ko try wa ko try and akọ because na tsunami be bana afani pana no so anya bi na over do me go abenya se matwa makwe na won bebe matwa makwe na afa wetini bana obekasa o parliament sit down no can be abio. And what is there? Almost every first timer who is in the MPP side, that person may have contributed in a way or the other. And if you like, take another 100 from the NDC side. I'm super post because for now, President Mama for now, said,
the attention in need.
Parliament no go mobile almost share no for baby. I him say endorse. And him say the aye one I know and I want. Until as I say na few. Until you feel in chamber no. So what we do is to make sure that we get ready, get prepared. I am learning. I mean, there've been an occasion now Speaker Abisam is standing order beer. I couldn't get it, but I learned, and that is because I'm a legal practitioner. Lawyer beer okita cases ni now on the team. Yabisa na wako share with standing order no man our constitution man yes sir. So that is what people should be doing, and I'm willing to learn any day, anytime, and that is how it has to be. I believe that we have the best of materials. So it doesn't matter the size. It is painful with the size. It's painful to say a gold board that they were more, you know. It's painful with even some of these appointments. Some of them that came for vetting. Now I want him to say we say, and there's on farm, but over farm because we get the car to about more.
You only have a say,
but we don't have our way, and you saw it. Some of the people that came for vetting, yeah, kind of seriously, they shouldn't have gone through.
Oh, which is why?
Oh, my friend, now my friend, my friend, and the panel was there. Then to the age, oh, me, I don't say, oh, to because about born our own car. That make us of the but I said, but would you?
Yeah. Say now who knife parliament?
Knife.
Do early days.
Knife parliament is becoming more exciting, and it's becoming more exciting because every day, any in semi-eba. I mean, yes, I say, you know, business was slow. Sometimes, oh, you expect to say, and but there were things that we also did very early and quickly, and that is why I told you, say, it's not even about the numbers; it's about collaboration. One of them, they say, yeah, vetting, say, that is quite historic. Say, yeah, vetting of several members. Appoint you within the shortest period of time. Be great. Make us say, mobile no, man beda. Yeah, to be a Juma up to 1 a.m. Me matinal parliament upon 1-2 a.m. And make sure say good board no cry I'm passing at 3:38 a.m. People are ready and willing to work. And in this night parliament, you have almost all manner of people. I make sure say all manner of professionals. So Madam Vopa A+ or Sheho.
Yeah.
John Dumelo Sheho. Nkofua mo Sheho. Obi dize everyone say they are wale of about me wale Adam Smith. Everyone say papa no. Onu say na me fo say obenya ebia Minister of Finance and even deputy by am man. So, ninth parliament is interesting. It comes with a lot of people with varying ideas and thinking. It's early days. It's too early to say, but at least what we know is that we are a mighty minority. We are doing our Juma, led by Afenyo, who is solid on the grounds. He knows what he's about. And whatever we are doing in parliament, at least we can tell. Say, our party people are happy. They are seeing that we can come back in 2028 in a grand style.
Right. Me no back constituency na ye din koma for party national na ya activity lines no. But before then, first 100 days of John Dramani Mahama. That was saying.
So much I was a certain simple. And then let me end it up by saying, said President Mahama can about issues on family and friends.
Yeah.
Now, Oba no want to say. Now, that one himself be what even say bank way CBG. When them the MD or CBG. Cause CBG, we be the MD. Now, that if have equity, the wife na CBG MD. And then you say, are you going to talk about qualifications? With the people that were appointed in Akufo-Addo's regime, now focus on your family and friends. No, they weren't qualified. Now, in Kofu baby, baby, are they not just family people who have now been positioned in places as I say, your family and friends? Yes, that is not be. You look at cocoa prices. Now, cocoa prices are more there. I do for Zimangaza or bar or between 6,500 7,000. Many workers say if you go to Ivory Coast, I'm increasing cocoa price everywhere by 22%. 3 days ago, one of our members had a press conference in Kumasi to talk about the cocoa prices. What is happening to the cocoa price? Maybe I tell you, no, I want to now then I go to cocoa prices. So this is the kind of settings we are looking at. Now, didn't we also talk about LGBTQ plus? Now, what you know, say?
So someone say fan call my image with your final monsan.
Not
first one I spy.
Sad time now, what can say? What constitution was he reading, or what standing order was he considering? And this is the aspire. Nangofona no more ye won't de no. Uti apart from Reverend Tim Fodua or Bo who they will still. Uti baby. The first 100 days, no bisa on said, then ya can't ye be ya. Ask yourself also, what is happening to cheaper and reliable electricity. Now doom so anyhow. And now me constituency. Me for her na ya doom. In fact, as me constituency for no car say aden with you na ya doom kan ya kwa meet me yeshu one.
We jagwa we ho.
I don't make catch you. Into na me bisa me say aden say me a minister of energy. Me a George Napo. Ana me a John Dramani Mahama. Me man ka say I am in charge of electricity. I serve the good people of Wejagba. And here, doom kanya there. I can be making statements. I can be asking questions, filing questions on the floor. I can be lobbying to see that things are done well. I can go to ECG and what is that? It's our containers. No, say I won't be a fire. ECG containers. No, what is that?
Right, Yamra Fiona, Yenin Komompa, Wejagba, we hook a Emra NPP, the Indi Ifye. And come votes are unyaye 2024 percentage of unyaye and then adiana we expect na.
Oh no, I mean absolutely no. Ejuma me no me anyeze me bomb mabaso me I don't think say the whole of Ghana be ejuma chem me sorry anopa 4:30 me koda anopa 1 AM
4:30.
Yes, lowest station be anu ha me nko hoda uko Wejagba we almost every taxi rank, must shelter, among me the TV I shall say me the water tank assist one. Then I mean free health screening, national health insurance registration, having surgeries for people with hernia and fibroid, giving out BP machines. Then I mean registration, getting people free driver's licenses. Then I mean gutters do na manye. Crime do draw na manye. Is what I say. Ejuma ben na manye. Now, as compared to the NDC's parliamentary kind, no damn kind order. Even in the your friend is collation room, no cry. A day of collation can no order. And see, you ask yourself, then what went wrong with all these efforts and inputs? Because the original election, first one, before the one I got in, I think it was about 13,000-14,000 votes difference. So you're asking yourself, what is now bringing it to close to 3,000? Why? And then these are the questions you ask. And especially when you know that a year be a new one copy. Outdoor be a new one copy. Clean up exercise be a new when you know. So what you say? Astro TV new one go back and say, you see. What didn't you do? And so, then say electricity, water near Juma, street lights. Don't say namanye. Meeting with your firm say residential associations. How many times did I not meet them? What did I not tell them? What did I not do? So what I say. So you should just understand that it was a certain tsunami. Abba, nyamina ayawa dum. Ejumadia oye no na nyamiama waka ukofo na kuma. Now, wow, because when you look at some of the results, I mean, you just know that it's by dint of hard work and prayers. So, if you are asking of percentage, no, it's way below. In fact, I didn't expect that. But there were a few things I also saw, and I picked lessons from. And these phone were smart in a lot of things. We undermine them. To say, the publication or the printing of the fairness accreditation. You see, more accreditation. No more accreditation. Maybe I am 5, but more accreditation 500. And think of why I saw more what be more warning in a
collation room.
I mean, I make catch up.
Got access to the collation room.
And how did they do that? Because they had to do their own accreditation unknown to people, and you will not watch him bustle until. Hey, now way, then away. No, my. So that is lesson 1. Lesson 2. There could also be an insider job at some instances.
How?
Now, pink sheet, before they'll start voting, say you have to take details of the pink sheet at the polling station. And there was a certain coincidence that you and I should never take it as a coincidence. And they worked well. Oh, look, NPP say we are very smart, learned people, but there are people who can also be street smart. This is what they did. First of all, pink sheet, no, electoral officer, no the beba no. when they come and open the pink sheet in front of you, Oba wants a pink sheet. No, it's not the exact place and can pink sheet there. Say, and Tibia, what the pink sheet score SCC. I want me constituency.
And I titigu.
Anatitigu. Oba do no one pink sheet na wager but we Methodist pink sheet. Now, what the back titigu no? Because I almost stronghold no. So there you go there and you go and see the right pink sheet. Obeba SCCI me stronghold no, you go and see the wrong pink sheet. Time our pink sheet ne beba na, they will agree because they had a lot of men standing at all these places. I know more person about no because wo ho no. Almost set pink sheet idea no. Because if the right pink sheet is not there, they make sure say their agents will not allow voting to start. Until all this while no, they are delaying. Until we call SCCI a stronghold no, because it is not the right pin sheet. They are for wager method is pin sheet. They are about SCC, so they are delaying. Time pin sheet in the bebano. They are boy 11:30, 12. Most of the places that started voting in my constituency started at 12:30 p.m. What it means is that in Kofu Bebe no more person muntu abano. Omo the omo buye and they left. Bebe aba ebi awashe yi atari oko yi into person twan ntem no uncle. That was what happened. These are the two.
And you should be free more.
Oh, na me wish I mean be free. Because this was an election that I knew I had worked for so hard and I wasn't going to face any difficulties. But we, Masia, maybe next time the Omode Babano and maybe Anyamiankaza yes, we write up now more. But senior Masiano, you must come in a grand style.
Right. My NPP mo. NPP believe in so or reflecting, or rebuilding, now or recapture.
The 3 hours.
Kwame na party be first so beat me recapture 2028.
Oh, first of all, say no na yasha say you know the there baby no. There is what we call cultural research, we call research, and we call thesis. There is the need for you obey the IFN identification of the problem. Then I see. Then we lagged behind what happened and we were whipped in 2024. For me, I would not sit here and say the Okwe committee would answer all of that. Some people are also even saying the Okwe committee no one share can handle some of the issues here. It could also bring problems. And to a larger extent, or to some extent, that can also be true. But at whatever it is, you cannot answer the problem in a vacuum. You need to identify the problem. So that takes care of that step. I say, then I see. Say people had people had accreditation. They didn't have to. So they overpowered you. If there was a decision, say they didn't cry. Now you see so all of these things. And they also did another thing which was very good. They had some of their people got in as EC staff. Oh, whatever. Which is good. I mean, I wouldn't falter them because if you also played your cards well, you could also have people that you trusted to be working for you. But we take a decision or NDC. We take a decision. I don't know better SCC pin sheet.
That means some people are to my.
Oh, yeah. But in instances, I now for say, Bia, over there, what did you man? Obey the channel.
I'm for calling for early Congress. ABC Beya, delegate system, no, yes, Pande, ABC in Yakrana, will be Okita Krata, be a trace, or ye NPP ni, which really do see any BBano, Yaman in Trabani. I
think there are advantages and disadvantages to all of that. You're correct. Me met me a catcher say, and coffee bumono, and some more kayano. You marvel. Obi be catcher or coffee buma. You can see 10 people. They will tell you, and it is sometimes because of just the delegate system. Ebia oye will campaign primaries no. Ebia me say, my coach ensure, nature ensure no, me chairman delegates pe. Obi a one year delegate no. Meno so say o ko friend so nko to abana. We ko catch us. We catch us say na o chance no ma maybe. So chairman will delegates pe. Yeah. And to go ahead and confer delegates no more there. Exactly. So that is a disadvantage. And then yes, sir. When you also open it up, you must, and also if you're also not careful, you may have people are almost shed than MPP for, but on be parody among somewhere then, on MPP for. Omo di boni obe hu. Na say agents are omo ebi mu nya MPP for kwa ye adwuma ma MPP. Onye MPP ni, but wa be no agent ama MPP. Oni ni wa better MPP for over the period. MPP for be believe no obwa no expire. Day of election what o ye adwuma no. Ave na o say o onye MPP ni, ave na o ko tu no. So it is good to have all of this considered comprehensively. Yen share the advantages and disadvantages. Where the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, I would say that we should look at. In fact, some of them can be hybrid, depending on maybe our whole thing. Because maybe I over say, maybe early Congress, is it for flag bearer? And early Congress, is it for
national constituency?
Exactly. What does that mean? Did we even elect our flag bearer earlier enough? Were we able to market him earlier enough? So what I say. So all of this, our reasons are we should try and be very impartial in our thinking, not to do things to skew towards a person, a particular person. Me, and don't go asking me, because as I sit here, me support Nipa A and Nipa B and Nipa C. I believe that where I find myself in leadership, whoever the party comes up with, although I have an interest, me say oh me nyanka me pe pa, but they say there's a me come on too.
Now what should the party be?
How are you going to get the party people to fall in line? Obia who say we a leader, and now we general secretary, and now we a chairman, and you are going to support one person against the other person. You haven't shown fairness, and they won't show you. Ghana me maka ngo to abatia o omuntu abamba. So it's just by that your posture and attitude. Ebema ashall be ebufu. Okoto abana and say they are jerry Ghana jerry then how far we are born so sir, but not chenu baby. And that's how it is.
Right, and you're about 20 lines and enough what Chinese is here now. So what you're doing, but Mahusa man for so can Kennedy BC Baumia and early days, Jerry.
Early days. Now, I think that let's even hold on to Parliament first. Let's ensure say Nyama Kosuyi. Let's get all these people to pipe down Kaka. Nobody is saying say don't reach out to people, but let's manage our campaigns in a very subtle manner. Look, OTA 2024 campaign, MPP we caused a lot of problems to ourselves. How? Because of some of the things we said about ourselves. Oh, we say, NDC for no more fasa audio, no more campaign message, no more. If we can understand, say, we are one people, what matters is winning power to serve the good people of Ghana. Me obia ni ho mame dia owo ha mame na ani say there is leadership in parliament, there is mighty minority, there is the new patriotic party and its head office with all executives and officials on if they come out with a certain date say for polling station executives and expand and let us go by what the party will say. Let's get unity in everything we are doing. Let us be united. So what I say, when we are united, there is no way, no time, anywhere that an MPP person will be beaten by an NDC person. Yes. Now, even within constituencies, MPP people were campaigning against MPP people. People were openly sharing money for people to go and vote against. Yes. And I mean, my constituency, my opponent, you know, they are all far no share in the car or the powder go so. Omo ye dede, omo driving around town, no. Why MPP ni? Since I make us like my surprise because I say suspending and I am coming of the party. Clearly, and I can show you videos. Why MPP ni? So it tells you what happens. When people lose elections too, they get very bitter. So wow, we win election no. When I say one for one to from.
Okay.
Now we get it closer to the away losing because on no away losing on him. Bibi hanu bi mo. In can for your friend to Bojo.
Okay.
Or a dead goat. Whether he or she.
So say Bibi Crow say more.
Oh, tell my away losing. Now NPP vote me to have more winning bonus than NDC for only manner. So if we don't put all of this in check, we bet me 200 times Okwe's report. We bet me offer the candidate I often say is the best candidate. We bet me was scanning and you may end up losing.
Right. Menimsa Waja Dam spillage.
Yeah.
Aye annual rituals. Afi biya ye bie emanso ni biko. But ha addition wo empotamo tetegu ne SSC ne ne mpotamo. And then ye found bibi wo betima ya fa ho ana.
Oh, fortunately, me MPP.
Okay.
I had the opportunity of meeting the Waja Dam manager, engineer Anum, and then one Charles. Oh, many of them and there's been a stakeholder engagement. Time I see me uno. Now yeti assembly ho with all assembly members, with Waja Dam managers, no, with Ghana Waterfall, with Waja Bawe Municipal Coordinating Director in Krofo. We were talking about the spillage. Unim the Ekoso Waja in 2023-2024. This intervention, then the MC IFN Michael Kwabena Dankwa. Together we met these managers of the dam, and I almost say, if you don't manage the dam, the spillage well, you cause more problems than compromising the dam. Because say you end up killing all the fowls.
Yeah.
Let us be tactical. Let's be strategic. Let's do it bit by bit. And fortunately, they agreed with us. For the first time in 2024, nobody which have met me agacho say and so far. Maybe I so by a cry, be a level be a call but that was manageable. And then I cry. Me mama asoti me fair even the Minister of Works and Housing whilst we were in the meeting. And he gave me a very good response. Chano say there are few dams, not dams, they're very storm drains. I say in dredge. We have 3-4 major rivers within Wejao. There were Lafa, there were Bale, there were Kokojo. All of these ones are choked. What do we have to do? We have to dredge so that you're being so and then we should also be given a roadmap. Say, no time way, yaska way, dredging way, way, and all the stakeholders agreed. And this is how we intend to work on it. I, together with assembly members, all opinion leaders have also agreed to say we should push further for the construction of what storm drains. Okay. So that Nyama say Baswa, Tetegufo, Omombre, Yabomanfo, Omombre, Kelefo, Omombre, Zawatia say, Malam for Omombre, Ashbread for Omombre. So this is the conversation we've had. And we are hoping and believing so by Tuesday next week that they will fully furnish us with the roadmap. I bet you say this week we are dredging. Next week we are dredging. Okay, after this week, now we'll start opening the dam so that the spillage will start. And that is what we have spoken about, and we are sure said Nyaman Nabe couldn't come out. And
yes, why it is a Ramsar size also a month for us started occupy ho. Minim say we are where they are. Oh,
baby. Ramsar sites, no, baby. I mean, I know, say, President Mama was there, I think, last week or last 2 weeks. On my instruction, say, yenye na microphone na omo achucha wall a fili Ramsar site. Yenye demolition na yenye there. I think he gave that instruction to the regional minister. And also advise as early as practicable. But omonye metise omo call down so man ko yes ejuma no be. Since omo call down so man no. But we are hopeful say people would understand say when you block the waterways, you are causing more problems to lives and properties. So the directions or instructions, the assembly and the regional coordinating council will take it up, so that what is expected for Wejagbawe people to live in peace, they will get to live in peace.
But as for me, at 20 lines, and probably be an OB person will be so be which my journey and see on 057 777 1073 057 777 1073. Yana lawyer Jerry Ahmed Shaib and they didn't come MP for Wija Gbawe, Deputy Minority Whip. I mean, for last caller. Hello, good. Bad, yanko. Honorable Malam Junction overhead and also potholes. Meaning say under your jurisdiction.
Yes, under my jurisdiction. In fact, the na say no more yet. Sakwano. Indeed, na ye overlay bium asphalt overlay.
Yeah.
But on say senior mayon to say metals are a war in the middle of in between. Inti sa we no omo kra de ba. When I checked the last time, and buy. And see, I would go back to the Minister of Roads to follow up, say, these days. And that's true. I could see a lot of traffic. Because we can't tie no shut down soon. To say, who could talk, got them. To say, I had to say portals, but I have portal. I have metals, I share in between. Say, in so toa. And so, no, and stay on the stretch. Okay. But a bit firm. Echo. But omuyi you know na ayedada pa, so they decided to remove them and replace them. But omonya they are na ebebano because they were supposed to have finished that road I think about 3-4 months ago. I mean sure say elections accordingly kaka. I'll follow up with the Minister of Roads. Sikoni
Road. Yes, say obo homo den wa butumska.
And I easy. So Sikoni the contractor yanya so. Emze wakoda kaka. Emze nisika swasa kaka. So nyama we nyina we are just going back. Budget ya approving for Ministry of Roads no. The Ayasha say you know at least we can push them to be able to finish those ones. Into your bell lobby akoshe say sa nyama na sa roads na aka no omot me wie no ntem amai.
Right. O je honhom samudi. Obi say 2024 elections no spiritual na.
Me nya prophet. Me nya prophet Jerry anga me uze me bewu. Yeah announce before me. But can everybody say me pada cho me nya prophet.
Ebisu suggested said Dr. Laji Mahmoud Baumia waba first time obi enu waba first time aye nti omuma nko second time any year NPP.
Well, like I've told you, it's early days yet. I don't think say it's a yardstick to vote for anybody. What the yardstick is for one to win to become a flag bearer.
Okay.
Obey flag bearer, we are MPP in dia. And see, for me, I've virtually restrained myself in showing any interest because Matthias says, "Manage sanya money yeswa na koseniama." And the bear me do but mean to me can say me do me nyanka na be wini na wini a just say na ye me de. But and just say and winnie na be winnie my me de so because there may be no nipa no MPP and they say MPs sa nipa no whoever emerges the winner or the flag bearer should have the total support of the party people. And they don't come and I'll be saying say me support it. And I'm not saying say people should not also support people. I'm only saying say it's early days yet. Let us allow the normal trend of things to take place. Nyama kama mo bian say we anya a certain advantage over we inti wanje and two mana de aye no anya ne de nti cause problem. Let us be careful.
Okay.
Me wo bia me penepa me nyanga yonko election po ye sorry na di to me na command say una we flag bearer.
Eh why
menka bia what me ko home ye a obeka che but above me ye a obia nim
running mate ebi mo say na po almost sano.
And also, main country war. I think they are also on a capacity, or on a strength, or on weakness. Obibiara or befano running mate no. Whatever you may have with Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeno, that person may also have same or more or less. It is up to Nya obey flag bearer, no, first of all, to say, we may never come here, make me winning me elections. No, that is key. And you said, me don't will into a many coming home, but many no coming home, I'm a winning election. No,
okay.
That should be your like they normally say you can kill your mother or sell your mother, or when you get power you can.
Yeah.
So what you need first is who is going to get you to win power. And then you say what you should be thinking of first is that we meneno boom na ye juma menya me resource na 107.3. What is there? I don't think that President Mama was thinking say Jena no professor would or she's his best choice. Whatever he thinks, if perhaps thought that okay, meneno kwa ebia central region for Beshoso Atuama. That is one. Second, maybe because she's a woman, let's see what can come out of this situation or this arrangement. By interest, President Mama believe he say
on the rightful yeah.
It doesn't mean so. It could just be tactical or strategic, and that's it. And perhaps work for them. If me, I am flag bearer, I'll look for the one who can help me win my elections. Not necessarily. Maybe later I will see me go rest well, so then that one we can look at it.
Madam lawyer Jerry Ahmed Shaib. Yeah, sorry. Finally, gonna vote you, but we vote you.
We Jack Baffour, they are lovely people. I mean, in spite of all the turbulence, no more. Almost support me. They give me all the love and support. Look, they are me who bisa our election muda, and me say nyame na ka omo bebre omo akoma na omo tu abama me kama. Menim say me nye perfect, me nye nyame. Omo mboa me, omo fa mpa bonta me chi. Omo nche me dia say me nye mom. Let me hear from you what you think is right. I need proper feedback. And yen so we jagba umu. Yen ye de sene fata. Be the new patriotic party more attractive. Election ye win ye no. We will win by 100% margin. Wow, what you are? Me say me a member of parliament baz Jerry do buy and wa be some ye. That is what I want. And I pray and hope that that is what we are going to do together. My name say Nyama bebre aye papa beba we jagbawe. Okay.
As an orphan MP.
Oh, now orphan there say just say one name say one name mama, one name papa. But 107.3.
May I say God bless you for
like, comment, share and subscribe.